Hello everyone, welcome back to Planet Coaster and welcome back to the Wicker Man recreation. Today in this episode it's going to be mainly some support structure, some footers, and of course the lift hill. Today it's not just me, I've got Alex back again.
Hey, I'm back again.
And we're going to talk about some things, of course mainly stuff happening in the video. So what I'm doing now is just the footers on this turnaround area that I've been putting off for so long. And now I think I kind of got the coaster layout a bit wrong here, because the supports actually come out in the middle of the footers, if you get what I mean. And unfortunately it's too late to redo the layout at this point. So whilst you watch this, we're going to talk about a recent trip to Fort Park.
Yeah. It was.
That
really
is
fun.
your cue, Alex.
Yeah, that's my cue. So
No,
on Monday this week, me and Adam went to Thorpe Park. We've been friends for like 4 years, and that was the first time we've actually met in person. It was really good to meet you in person, Adam.
Yeah. And finally, I had someone to actually go on the rides. Let's talk Colossus, though.
Okay, so the first ride on Colossus, wow. It's so much smoother in this year.
We
car
got
one
the
or
good
car
train that
two?
has the new wheels.
Yeah. We went on it twice.
Oh, your voice
We
cut
had
out for a bit. Is Discord going?
No,
Alex.
yes.
Right, Discord cut out for a bit then. Right.
My internet's not very good at the moment, so...
So it was, we got the train that has the new wheels, and that's train number 1, isn't it? Oh god, I dropped something.
Yeah, that's train number 1, and we actually went on it twice, and then the second time, we got really unlucky and we got on the other train. It was either 2 or 3.
Yeah, the other
Not sure
train
which one
has...
was in maintenance this year.
Yeah, the other train has the old wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's still rough on the old train, but... I mean, it's much better with those new wheels. Still not the best, but improved a lot, definitely.
Speaking of rough rides...
And what was it? After...
Go ahead.
You gonna talk?
You
Right.
continue.
God, we're so British. Right.
Yes.
And then after was Saw the Ride, which I quite enjoyed.
That was
But
what
Alex...
I was going to talk about it, yeah. I don't know why, because I sat on the inside. I made Anne sit on the outside, actually. But, like, it hurt. I had a bad shoulder for the rest of the week because of it. And the week still hasn't finished yet, so it still hurts. So...
See, I didn't even find it that rough. I think what you need to do with Saw is hold on.
I was holding on, that's the thing. Actually, if you look on either mine or Adam's Twitter, you can actually find the on-ride photos that we had taken, because I've got a digipass, so...
Yeah, I think mine's my Twitter profile picture.
Yes, it is. It's your Saw one, yeah?
Yeah. I feel the most rough part of Saw is the inversion right after the brake run. It's like...
Well, I thought it was the Immelman. Like, when you just come out of the Immelman.
Yeah,
it's so jerky.
Yeah, there's a jolt at the bottom of the Immelman there, isn't there?
Yeah.
And
I used to be a Gerstlauer fanboy, but I don't think I am now. Just because of that experience. Like, my shoulder's still hurting now. And it's a week tomorrow that we've been.
I just think that the mid-course doesn't slow it down enough. It goes speeding through that mid-course and way too fast into the final inversion.
Yeah. Speaking of going fast, good segue, Stealth.
Oh, Stealth was lovely.
We
as
got
always.
on Stealth twice. What did we get on it? We went on the front row. Second front row.
Yeah. I think the first time we were on it, they ceased operation because of the rain that was going on at the moment. Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
because the rain was going, they took off one train. They added that train back on later in the day, but it was good to see the transfer track in action, really.
Well, the funny thing is, by the time we'd gotten off Stealth, Digital Dan was actually in the queue.
Yeah.
And like we were saying all day, Digital Dan, where are you? You want to do a ride with us? And like every time...
I kept tweeting him.
Yeah, every time he was like in queue for the ride we just got off.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah. So that was funny.
Yeah, so we didn't go on Ghost Train because it just had a stupidly long queue.
Well, it's Ghost Train, what do you expect?
Yeah. If it had below 30 minutes I would have gone on it, but
It was round the corner.
Yeah, I feel like the best way to judge Ghost Train's queue, if you've been there in real life, you know that the queue goes around the corner, next to where Sticky Sisters used to be. And if the queue is around that corner, there's no point in waiting, because that's at least 50 minutes from that point. Yeah, so Walking Dead, which is right next to it, that had no queue at all, which I was really surprised. I
didn't actually go on it because I'm like a really, really scaredy cat, and there were scare actors in there, so
yeah, I feel
Adam went on it without me. But I got a Colossus hoodie while I was waiting for him.
Yeah, but
yin yang.
I feel like Walking Dead, it doesn't deliver that well, if you get what I mean. It's scary, yeah, there's a lot of jump scares in it, not just because of the scare actors, but because of the loud noises in the corridors, the extremely loud truck horn in the station. That horn is way too loud. If you've been on Walking Dead, you know what I'm talking about. And there's one part of Walking Dead that I really, really do like, and that's the mid-course brake run, because it doesn't just go through it. It stops on the brake run, and then TV screens pop up with zombies breaking through the glass. There's a guy with a torch, shining all of us, and then it jolts back and then forward and back again, forward again, and then it goes into the circuit. I think that part's really, really good.
Yeah, I can see what you mean by that. Yeah.
We didn't get on Inferno all day though.
Yeah, tell them the story about what happened with Inferno.
So we were in the queue for Inferno. We were in the station actually, and just as we almost get on, breaks down.
Yeah, because something to do with a reaction to the rust on the track or something. That's what they said. It's
some bollocks really.
Yeah.
And then for most of the day it was just testing with empty trains constantly, and
I actually got a really good picture of that.
Yeah, and then when it eventually reopened, the queue was just way too long, so we just thought, nah, it's only Inferno.
And the best part of my day, I got Adam to admit that Swarm wasn't forceless, which was awesome.
It's not forceless, but stealth is still better.
I see where you're coming from, but... Well,
right.
Should we stop talking about our Fort Park trip now?
Yeah.
And let's head over to
should.
the new DLC.
Before we got to use DLC, I probably should explain what I'm doing here. Of course, I started on the lift hill doing the cables with those firework candle pieces like I did on the rest of the track. And here, there's like a CCTV camera with like a metal plate behind it. And there's no piece small enough, so I think I eventually just used John T's toolkit pieces. He made like signs for the Theme-Maker's toolkit, so I'm just doing that really. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm doing here. Now Leah, let's talk about the DLC. So, what are your thoughts so far?
My thoughts so far is that they know what we want. And I think that what they're doing is, like you said in your video that was uploaded earlier today, they haven't actually announced that many. Like, they're not gonna announce all of them before it's actually out.
Yeah.
So what I think they're gonna do is they've just made what everyone wants them to make for the game. Like,
Still
for example, a muck. No, not a muck. Yeah, a muck power coaster, B&M mini dive, and Gerstlauer Infinity coaster, and like they're gonna release them with the DLC, like as part of the DLC, but they're not gonna announce it. So it's gonna be like a massive surprise for everyone when they actually do announce it. Well, when they load up the game.
I think it's probably going to be in a live stream they're gonna do.
That sounds plausible.
Yeah. And there's only gonna be one more coaster, because they've already done one coaster. And like Magnificent Rise, I only had 2 coasters.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
And the rest will be flat rides. So a flat ride that I really want is are they Huss? I think they're Huss. A top scan like Samurai at Fort Park. That's what I really want in the game.
Yes, that would be a really good one.
So you had it in RCT3, Parkitect has it, so you know, why does Planet Coaster not have it?
Yeah. And like, even though like RCT World and the new one doesn't have it, like, who cares?
No one cares about RCT anymore.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the first 3 RCTs, those are still good.
Yeah. Well, the first 2.
Yeah. What do you think about this track ride? Because I think it's Autopia, but you think?
I think it might be Test Track. I thought it might be Test Track, but now I'm thinking that I'm siding with you after the new teaser.
Yeah, it looks more like when Autopia first opened, because when Autopia first opened, it didn't have tracks, and they only put tracks on there because guests kept damaging the cars. I think that's why they put it on there, but yeah, I know that it didn't open with tracks originally.
Yeah.
I just think it looks the car looks too old and too slow to be a test track.
Yeah, well, obviously they're not going to make it exactly identical.
No, of course not.
They can't. But, yeah. You get it.
Yeah, so before we talk more about the DLC, I'll just explain what I'm doing in this last clip before the video ends. Is the Lift Hill supports. I forgot these were here, to be honest, because I did the Lift Hill supports ages ago, back when I first started this recreation, and I completely forgot that these ones were here on the other side. So this is what I am doing now. So, you know, just using the thin haunted house wooden pieces as per usual. But yeah, that's one ride I want to talk about is how, well, not how, but what are the features going to be of the max spinning coaster?
I reckon they're going to have 2 options. You're going to have the free spin mode and the controlled spin mode.
What about like a launch though?
Okay, so they could go the route that they went with the Muck Mega Coaster / Launch Coaster, where they have both a lift hill and a launch. I think that would be the most sensible option for them, but
yeah,
you never know. And
See,
I also hope with this DLC that the new coasters will be able to have the different what's the word? Cars.
What do you mean, like
Because, for example, with the Muck multi-launch, you can't change the cars on there.
No, you
can't. Like, you can't use that car on anything else.
No, I think you can use it on other tracks.
You can't. I tried earlier.
Yeah, we're coming up to the end of the video now. Sorry to cut you off, Alex. But yeah, thank you all for watching today's video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.